hope my light is not too much. Okay. Hello, good evening. Good evening, and welcome to our live class for today. You guys can see me juggling up. Yes, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to our live stream for today. Okay, so can you guys see me? Can you hear me? Please let me know so that we can go straight into our business for today. Today's tutorial is not a very long one. So you guys already know from the title what we are going to be doing. Okay. So guys, let me know. Can you hear me? Is there anybody that is there? Please let me know that you can hear me. Okay. So let me know please that you can hear me, so that we can go straight into our tutorial for today. So like today's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you, for those of you that don't know how to take accurate body measurements. So that's what we are going to be learning how to do. Widespread chronicles. Okay, thank you so much, and you are welcome to our live class for today. So today we're actually not really doing so much. Yes, we're not doing so much. So let me raise it a little bit. So we're actually not doing so much. So what we are doing today is just to learn how to take accurate body measurements. Someone actually asked for this tutorial yesterday, so I hope the person comes up, and then I also hope, even if the person is joining late, you can always go back and watch the video. So let's get straight into our tutorial for today. So a lot of people, thank you so much for all the hearts. So a lot of people already know how to take full body measurements. Okay, so for those that don't know, yes, this is your tutorial. So you can see my tape, you can see our tape. So we have, this part is in inches, this part of the tape is in inches, while this part is in meters. So but we are going to be making use of the inches part for the tutorial. Okay, so when you want to take an accurate body measurement, the first thing you are going to do, the first measurement you are going to take is your, so okay, let's do it this way. Let's take all of our vertical measurements first, and then we'll now take the horizontal ones. Okay, yes, I think it's okay that way. So what I mean by vertical measurement, that's from our shoulder to our bust point, that's our nipple point, our underbust, our waist, our hip, and then down. And then when we are done, we'll now take the horizontal one. So you take your tape like this. If you want to measure yourself, you take your tape, or measure your client, you take your tape like this, and then you place it. So when you place it on your shoulder like this line of your shoulder, when you take it and you place it on your shoulder, you are going to check for your nipple point like this. So you use your hand, so you can see the way the tape is. I am just placing it straight. I am not like bending it. And then I'm going to take my nipple point. So after getting your nipple point, when you take it, you just bring it out like this, and then you check, and then you've gotten your nipple points. And then from there, you take your hand, just walk your hand through like this, and then bring it to the under part of your bra, where your bra stops. You understand? So just check. Mazuba, you're welcome. So just check. So after you take your nipple point like this, you can see my hand is placed here. And then from there, once you get to the nipple point, the next thing you do, you bring your hand to your underbust. Can you see how my hand is? You can still see the top one. My hand is still on top. It is not going down. I am not bending it. You can see the way it is staying straight like this. Okay, so you bring your hand, you take your underbust. So once you get your underbust, can you see how I'm doing it? So you don't need to like be bending to, no, you don't need that. So just place your hand, and then you bring it out. Okay, this is what I have, 14, and then you put it down, and then still make sure that your hand is running through. J-Lo, you're welcome. Make sure that your hand is running through like this. So now at this point you can drop, okay? At this point you can drop this hand on your shoulder because it might be. So at this point now you can just take this, and then the next measurement you want to measure now is your waist measurement. So to measure your waist measurement, you are measuring a little bit, just like this is your belly button. You are measuring just like on top of your belly button. So that's your waist. So how do you determine your waist? This part of your waist, this part, the deepest part from your back, you understand, that deepest part like that, that is your waist. So how do you determine that? Here is what you are going to do when you are measuring yourself. You are just going to use your hands like this. Can you see what I am doing, how my hands are? You can see the way, maybe because I've been doing this a lot. I know that most times when I measure my clients through video calls like this, at times it's a little bit difficult for them to do this that I'm doing so easily. Maybe it's because it's my job. So I'll take it like this, and then you know this deepest part, okay? Chuku Angel, thank you so much. Happy Sunday. So I'll place my hand like this. So what I'm trying to get, you know, this up part of my belly button. So when you check from this part, that's it. And then you just like, can you see? Like this. My hand is already on my waist. Can you see? It is already on my waist. Can you see? You see the way my tape is staying? My tape is staying straight like this on top of my bust. I am making so much emphasis here because most times this is always the problem. You can see my waist. So I have about 17 inches. For people that are very tall, is 18. So I can use 18 because 18 is like standard, you understand? So I can still use 18. So let's check. You can see 18. Can you see 18? This is 18 inches. So that is why most times if the person is not here, I can actually use 18 inches for their half cut and it will still work perfectly well. So you can see this is 18. So mine is 17 if I'm sewing for somebody that I can see and measure. But if I cannot see them, I'll just use 18. Okay, so after that, the next measurement I want to measure is my hip bone. So my hip bone, that's this part, that's your like my pelvic girdle. Vero, you're welcome. So I'm just going to take my hands like this. You can see my tape is still staying, running across my bust, and then it is coming to this point, which is my hip bone. So that hip bone is usually what we use when you are measuring a dress, either like a blouse. So you can see it is 21 inches. For people that are very tall, you can get 22 inches. So can you see? Can you see? So that is that. And then the next measurement, so at this point, when most times when you want to get the hip line of the person, what we normally do from this point, you add like 9 inches. Can you see? So when you add 9 inches to this point, so when you add 9 inches, just imagine you are adding 9 inches to 21. So you are going to have like 21 plus 9, that like 30 inches. Between, yes, like 30 inches. So you can see, so that 30 inches point is like your hip line. So but most times I usually don't take it straight. I prefer to measure. So once I get the person's waist, which is like 20 or 21, I'll just add like 9 inches and then use that line as my hip line. So the next measurement you want to measure is the full length. So when it comes to full length, if you are measuring yourself, just take your tape like this. Don't place it here. If you place it here, it has altered that measurement. So it must run through your bust and then it gets to the down part. So most times when if you don't have anybody that will measure you, you can just like take a look at it like this, and then okay, my full length, I know it's about 59 if I'm wearing flat, but if I'm like leaning, I'll use like 60. So you can actually do that. So that's for that. And then the next measurement, now we want to start measuring our, these ones are vertical, horizontal measurements. Okay, so for the horizontal measurement, this is what you would do. You will take your tape like this. This is not rocket science and it is not a difficult task. Can you see? See the back? Can you see how the back is? So this is how I will measure my bust measurements. You can see. So you can see I'm not like wrapping. At times when you are measuring people, when you see what they are doing, you not be wondering though. No, you don't need to wrap it around. Just place it and then bring it here like this. Just, you understand? You don't need to tighten it. So you just place it like this. Can you see? See. So at this point I know that my bust is 36. Can you see? And then after that, the next measurement I'm going to measure is my under bust measurement. So for me, most times when I'm measuring my under bust, I don't used to put allowance. I used to make it very tight, because that is where like the secret of your garment lies. Because if you are going to have a zipper bulge, it's from this under bust, this particular measurement. When you measure it, when it is too big, you are going to have a zipper bust bulge. You're going to have, if anybody, if you put rubbish here, I'm going to block you out from this live stream. You hear me? See, no, I don't know what you are typing there. I'm going to block you very well out. Don't want rubbish. So for this, you are going to, let me just remove them from here. You'll come and be typing rubbish inside somebody's live stream. Yeah, people. No, they don't know God. So please, let's continue, Joe. So you can see very corrupt things. I don't even know. So you just come like this for the under bust. You make it tight. Always make your under bust very tight. Don't mind them, Ojo. Ah, nonsense. I hear you go come do your rubbish. Go look for your lane, abeg. so so let me see. The other day I heard what's her name, Yinka Sweet. She was saying that people used to send her nonsense message. My own, I don't believe fool. I don't tire, I don't believe fool. Once I see their call, I know the numbers. I don't even use to bother to pick it. No need. So you take your under bust like this, very tight, okay? Make it very tight. This one, make it very tight, okay? So after that, you remember that waist, that deepest part of your waist, you see? That deepest part of your waist like this. That deepest part of your waist also, you are going to take the measurement. Can you see how I'm placing it? You see I'm placing it like this. So when I'm done with this, I'll use my mannequin again to run this measurement so that you people will see it again. So you can see. Thank you. Those of you that are liking the video and giving me hearts, thank you. Can you see? So you bring it to the side. For this one, you can. I just want to show you people something. You see just now that I measured it, that I brought it to the front like this now. I have like 31. But you can see now that I took it to the side, I have 32. So you can see these are some of those small issues that we used to have when it comes to measurement. You see that deep part of my waist. And that's where I'm measuring now. You understand? Can you see? So always bring it to the side. Don't measure it to the front. So if you can see, I just want to show you people. You see, as I'm putting it in the front like this, I'm measuring it. See what I have? I have 32. But as I brought it to the sides like this now, can you see? I have 33. So you can see 1 inch can actually alter your measurement. You get? So you can see. So measure it that way. So the next measurement we are going to measure is that hip bone. You can remember that hip bone. I always measure that because that hip bone, when you are making a gown, you need that measurement. Because when you are measuring a gown, you are doing your final, what do you call it? You are doing your final fittings on that gown. When you are measuring, that's like you're taking your final measurements that you now stitch the dress and cover it up. This part, that part, you need to measure it. But some people, if you just measure the bust and then you sew the bust, under bust, waist, this part is key. You understand? You need to measure this waist part, add the measurement then before you add your hip. So with that, the dress is going to be perfect. But at times, if you don't put it, you just find out that the dress is looking somehow. You will now start adjusting. So you can see, so that hip bone, that top of that hip bone, I always used to measure it when it comes to my own. So most times it is like 1 inch less than your hip measurement somehow. Do you understand? It's like 2 inch or 1 inch less than your hip measurement. So you can see that part like this. I used to always measure it. This place like this, I will measure it. You understand? I will measure it and then you add it, especially on for your gowns. So let me see, let me show you people what I'm trying to say. I have one dress here that is on my mannequin. You can see this is what I'm trying to say. So the applique, I'm just trying it. I've not stitched it though. I'm just trying to look for a way that I'm going to do this applique. So what I'm saying now, when you are taking your measurements now, after taking your bust like this, you stitch it. You take the under bust like this, you stitch it. You take that tummy area like this, you stitch it. This part also, this part is like top of the hip. Do you understand? This part also, take the measurement and stitch it, and then before you now take your hip measurement. So that's what I was trying to like explain. Okay, so that's what I was trying to explain. So it's very very important. So after that, you are now going to take your hip measurement. So for your hip measurement, you take it to the side like this also. So I usually, so let's do the experiment again and check and see. So if I take it to the front, what will I have? So I have, for this one I have about 41. Okay, chukwenje. Yes, now you can buy it as, yes, as a beginner. If you have money, just buy it and start with it. You understand? Yes, buy it and start with it. Once you know how to use it from beginning, you will know how to use it. That's just it. You don't necessarily need to buy the black heads. You understand? If you have money, this one is email. If you have email 3, what is the name? 8500. So if you have money to buy this one, buy it. So you measure your hip measurement, okay? So you can see my hip measurement. So I have the same 42. You can see I have the same 42 that I have for the other one. So the next measurement I want to measure, if you are sewing a trouser, you measure your lap, top part of your lap like this. You understand? So it depends on how wide you want your trouser to be. So you measure your lap. Measure your lap like this. If you want it tight, for a tight pants, measure it tight. If you want it loose, measure it loose. So after measuring this top part, measure your knee part also, okay? If you are making a pants. And then if you want to know your crotch line for a pants, so this one is another way of measuring your crotch. So I'm just like running all the measurements for those of you that are online today. So for crotch, let me raise the dress up very well. So for crotch measurement, for you to know your crotch depth, so you can see like this trouser I'm putting on now is like a high waist. So it depends on where you want your trouser to be. So like me, most times all of this measurement, when it comes to sewing trousers, I've experimented on them. So I know how to get a perfect crotch for my pants, that it will not be packing and be entering your business. So you can see, so this is my belly button. So when you want to make a perfect crotch measurement for your trouser, you can do it this way. So you can see this is 29. So at the end of the day, you have like 14 and a half. Your crotch will be perfect. That's for a high waist trouser. Okay, so what's remaining? We have measured our hip, we have measured our bust, we have measured our underbust. The next measurement is our shoulder measurement. So when it comes to shoulder, this is where at times I used to wonder. There was somebody that sent me shoulder measurement 25. I was like, whoa, 25. Is it that the person measure one hand from this hand to the ending of this hand? I really don't know. So I was like, whoa. So here like this, I'll place it here and then place it here. You can see like on my shoulder, the edge of my shoulder, like the shoulder blade like this. Can you see? So this is how you measure. It should not exceed, it should not come here, it should not come here, it should be here like this, the nip like this of your shoulder. So that is where it should be. So you can see It's like 13 or 14. So that's that. And then for your sleeves, when you want to measure your sleeves, this is what you will do. You come to the nape of that your shoulder again like this. You understand? And then you use your hand like this. You see, use your hand to hold the edge of the tape so that you'll be able to like check it properly. And then you measure, depends on where you want your sleeve to be, if it is here, if it is here, so you can see it. If it is a long sleeve like the one I'm putting on, because my hand is holding my tape, so I'll be able to see it. Okay. And then after measuring it, I already know the length of the where I want my sleeve to reach, wherever. And then the round part, to measure the round part, this is what I am going to do. So the important part is this Christian mother part, which is called the bicep. But tailors, we always like calling it Christian mother. So you can see that bicep area is very, very important. You understand? So most times when I measure biceps, don't measure it tight. Let it be loose, so that for you to have your piece. You understand? Please, don't like I want a bang bang. No, 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 no. Measure it loose, okay? So you just check it this way, make sure it can move. And then there's something else that I normally do. You can see this part now. So what I normally do when I'm making a sleeve like this, once I am measuring, you understand, so once I measure from here to here, now this is my biceps area. Once I measure, I know, okay, this place is 9, so that point that is 9, I must measure that round part. Do you understand? I must measure that round part that is 9. And then when I write it, I'll write 9, as in sleeve length 9 at, and then I'll write the round measurement beside it. And then when I come further, like this, I come down maybe to like 11. Okay, I write 11. And that 11 point, I will measure it. Do you understand? So this will help you when you are shaping your bust, your sleeve. You shape it. You know that when you get to from here, when you get to that part that is 9, you have the round measurement, you place it. When you get to that part that is 11, you have the round measurement, you place it. When you get to that part that is 21 or 22, you have the round measurement, you place it. So with that, by the time you join your sleeve is going to be perfect. It's not like this side will be 9, this side will be 20. No, everything will be perfect. Okay. Okay, progress. You say, please show me the bust, under bust, and the chest measurement. We have passed here. Okay, so let's just since I still have a little bit of time, so let's go back to that. For those of you that have seen it, fine. So you people should give this video a thumbs up. So the bust, you said show me the bust and under bust. This is your bust measurement. This point, this is your nipple point, which is your bust. And then this is so this is how you check it. I've done it. That was the first part I did. So this is my bust point. That's your nipple point. And then your under bust. Can you see how my hand is staying? And my under bust. So this is my chest. So when I'm starting from, this is my chest part. Top of your bust, that's your chest. And then after your chest, you come to your bust point, which is your nipple point. And then your it's because I've been doing this though, so you can see your hands. My hands are not shaking, they are firm. You understand? Then you get your under bust, exact under bust. And then when you want to measure the around measurement for your chest line, you take there are some dresses you make, you really don't need the chest line, that's the round part, but there are some dresses you make, you actually need it. So you measure the chest line like this, so you can see the way I'm measuring my chest line. You can see how I'm going to make my chest line tight. It will be tight. And then for the bust line, when you want to measure your bust line, you measure that nipple point, that exact nipple point. That's where you are going to measure. And like I said, I told you guys before, bring it to the side. You can see, bring it to the side, and then make sure you can see. You bring it like this. Make sure that it is not like tight. Just make sure so you can see. Can you see? So once you measure it, and don't take the tape, like take the tape inside. No, the tape should just come and just be here easily like this. Can you see? Let the tape just stay on top easily like this. You can see it should just stay. Once you measure it, let it just come and stay like this, and you see. So that's like the fullest part of your bust. You understand? That's the fullest part. So you measure that part, and then for the, it's not very tight. Don't make it, don't like tighten it. No, don't do that. Just make it a little bit loose, and then it is free. It can move. You understand? Then the back also, your hand. So you measure your bust like that, and then for the under bust part, this, like I said, this is where the fitting of the garment lies. So for the under bust part, you measure that one tight. That one, I measure my own. I used to measure it really tight. Can you see? This is my under bust. You see how I'm pushing it? It is under. You understand? So let me turn the back for you guys. So you see, can you see that it is tight? So that's where my bra is reaching. You understand? That's where my bra is reaching. So I'll measure it like that and make sure that it is tight. So once it is tight like that, I'm not going to have any zipper bulge, because if I, when I'm, by the time I'm doing the final coupling, when I'm joining it, that under bust part, I normally pay so much attention to it, because once you can get that under bust part nicely, the way measurement, your dress is going to, it must fit. You understand? So the important part is that under bust and this tummy area. Once you can get them, your dress must fit. So after that, the next measurement you are going to measure is your tummy part, which is like the top part of your belly button. This is my belly button here. So I'm like placing it just a little bit above it for my belly button. Okay, knee length. It's good. As you put online now, just be dropping all the questions. So anything I'm forgetting, ask as you are here. I'll show you guys, okay? So you take it like this, okay? So when it comes to knee length, if you are measuring yourself, when it comes to knee length, this one can be a little bit, I'm still going to use my mannequin, a little bit, but if you have somebody that can measure you, you can stand and then tell the person to help you. But you can see my tape must come, the tape must not stay on this side. It mustn't stay on this side. For you to get your accurate measurement, it must run through that your bust line, that your nipple line. It must run through and then comes to your knee. So let's use our mannequin now to measure our knee line. So when it comes to knee line, this is what you will do. You see what I was saying? See how I am placing my tape? This is my mannequin's knee. You understand? So let it run like this. Let the tape run like this, and then it comes to the knee. So you have above knee, and then you have below knee. So it depends on where you want your length to be. Do you understand? So it depends on where you want your length to be. You can make it, let it be on top. You can make it, let it be below. So it depends. So but make sure your tape is running like this. And then when you are making a skirt, you want to determine how tight the knee is. You can always do this for you to shape your skirt. In order for you to shape your skirt properly, you can always do this. You can measure it this way. But most times what I normally do, let me use myself for that. What I normally do when I'm measuring skirts and I want my knee line to have shape, I'll measure it like this, and then I'll like take a step like this. Can you see? Can you see? So I'll take a step. So this will help you get your accurate knee measurement. You see? You see? So this is my knee point. So I'll like take a step like this. So with that, when you are walking, you'll be able to walk. You understand? So you get your knee, the roundness of your knee like this, and then the length. So just like I explained, okay? So let's progress. Okay, so thank you so much. I made you to do what you, no problem. I still have time. No problem. So guys, so thank you so much. So I think I have been able, I think I've done most of the measurements. So when it comes to crotch, I've explained how you can get your crotch measurement also. So what's remaining? If there's anything you know that I've not done that you want to see, please just drop it. Okay, Mazube, thank you so much. You explained it so well. Thank you so much. Yes, I appreciate you guys. So guys, so I'm just going to wait for a few questions, so you can ask any questions you want. Caroline, thank you so much. You're welcome. Caroline, okay, so thank you so much. You're welcome. Yes, you're welcome. So from today, let measurement not be your problem again. Just measure all your measurements like this, and then place them accurately like this on your dresses. your dresses will fit perfectly well. Okay, when it comes to measurements, when you measure somebody by yourself, most times the dress will be like 90%, 99% perfect, because once you can get your measurements like this and then you place them like this, you don't have any problem. Most times when they come for dress fitting, there's nothing really much to fit there, you understand, because the measurements are accurate. So guys, so thank you so much, all of you that tuned in today into our live stream today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So guys, I am going to stop here right now. Yes, I'm going to stop. I'll see you guys. I pray most of you used to ask me like, when will you come online, when will you come online. I'll try and see if I will come up on Tuesday. Hip measurement, I've measured hip measurement. Thank you so much, Mazube. Esther, hip measurement, I've measured it, but since I'm still here now, let me show you. So you can see your hip measurement. This is how you measure your hip measurement. I've added weight to it. You guys know. I've added weight. Like, even me say, I'm surprised. I'm seeing my hip measurement now. I'm like, is this me? I've added weight to see me. No, it's nothing. Use the fullest part of your measure of your hip like this. For that person that is asking for the hip measurement, can you see this part, this fullest part like this? That's what you will use. And then for hip measurement, measure it. It should not be too tight. Thank you, Mazube. You say you love the dress. Thank you. Thank you so much. You see the hip. So this is how you actually measure your hip measurement. Can you see? Don't measure it. It should not be. Don't measure it. Let it be tight. You can see it's pressing my bum. No. Don't measure it that way. Just make it like this. Pixel, thank you so much. Blessing, good evening. I have reversed it like 3 times.